Question 56. In the standard xy coordinate plane, what is the range of the function defined by the equation y equals 3 sine 2x? So we are looking for the range, right? And that's our values of y, so what our height can be. So in a typical sine function, if we just did y equals sine x, it starts at 0, and it makes a nice sinusoidal function like this, and it bounces between 1 and -1, and we get that from the unit circle. We've just basically rotated our unit circle around here. So any sine or cosine function will just bounce back and forth between 1 and -1. That's our range. If we multiply, so the 2 next to that x will just stretch our wavelength, but it won't really affect our height. The only thing that affects the height is this 3, right? Because we take our sine of x and then we multiply it by 3 before we get our y. So what used to be 1 and -1 now gets multiplied by 3. So it's going to stretch from 3 now to -3. So the answer that we want is J, where y is between -3 and 3. We could also plug it into our calculator. So if you were to graph y equals 3 sine 2x, it's very easy to see just by looking at it that it's bouncing between -3 and +3, especially because they give you values to look at. I guess you could get hung up on whether or not it's -pi and pi, but you could just arrow over. If you just move your arrow around, you can trace it, and it'll give you the values of x and y at each point where your cursor is. So you can get to the top and see that you're at 3, and at the bottom you're at -3.